How do you read binary? By which I mean a text file on a hard disk as zeros and ones. Sounds impossible, really isn't. It is, though, an almost useless geek skill. Why would you want to read binary? Well, converting text to binary is a fairly common and, if I'm honest, fairly lazy way to add fake difficulty to puzzles and alternate reality games. Even if you end up putting the big block of binary into a decoder online to do the actual processing, you'll still be able to look at the numbers and go, I know what to do with that. So, first things first, this only works with the basic English alphabet, A through Z. That's because it was a group of Americans who came up with the ASCII encoding, the American standard yada yada encoding, which got put into Unicode. Now, they may only have thought about their own language, but at least they did it fairly cleverly. So a text file will look something like this. First thing we do is we break it into 8-bit sections, 8 bits in a byte, and each byte equals a character. So that is going to be here, here, and here. If you're looking at a puzzle, chances are that has already been done for you, so let's assume that it has. Next thing you need to know is how to count in binary, and that's not that difficult either. Just remember your powers of 2. This one here is worth 1, then 2, then double it again, 4, then 8, then 16. You can ignore the first 3 numbers, I'll explain why in a minute. So here, we've got a 2 and a 1. Add them together, you've got 3. And here's where the designers of ASCII were really, really clever, because if you ignore those first 3 binary digits, they set A to 1, B to 2, and C to 3, and so on, all the way down the alphabet. And that works for uppercase or lowercase. Uppercase will start with 010, lowercase 011. So, let's keep going. We have, this is just a 1, that's easy, that's an A. Then we have 8, 2, and 1 just here, that makes 11. 11th letter of the alphabet is K. It helps if you can remember that, I must say. But, okay, now we've got C, A, K, and a mystery 4th letter, and it won't be surprising to learn that that is going to be a 1 and a 4, which makes 5. 5th letter of the alphabet, E, and thus cake. What can I say? I skipped lunch. Now, there are a few other tricks. If there are letters that look difficult to calculate, you can just skip them, do the easy ones. You can probably still guess what the word's going to be, even with some missing letters. If the last 5 digits here are all 0, it is almost certainly a space. That's another handy shortcut that got put in. Because don't forget, when people were designing this back in the 1960s, computers were really primitive by our standards. Today, you might well have to do this by hand for some reason, for actual business work. And anything that looks really weird, like the first 3 digits said 001 or something like that, that's almost certainly a punctuation mark. So there you go. Almost useless geek skill. Reading in binary. With a little practice, you can do it now. As for me, I'm off to get some cake.